Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. Today I'm here in Capitol Hill in Seattle next to some new even better bike lanes you'll see here, but even better than that, I'm joined today with Cars and Bike Lanes Seattle himself, Sanders. So if you haven't met him, you will, because he runs an awesome Twitter account and other socials where local bike riders can report cars and bike lanes. So I just want to talk to him a little bit. What got you started with Cars and Bike Lanes Seattle?
So the city was looking at making improvements to bike lanes and trying to protect them better. And what they wanted to see was just like people suggesting, hey, where are the places that you think that there should be better protection for bike lanes? I just saw a need that kind of Twitter wasn't going to be able to be like a workable solution. Like replies on Twitter only go for so far and it's really easy to get lost. So having a central account and central website was really like hey, I think this makes sense, and people really latched on very quickly. People in the bike community all experience this issue, and so everyone that I talk to about it is like, I love your account, I run into this all the time, I'm going to send more pictures to you. So
all right, so we are going to go explore these new, even better bike lanes. So yeah, we can see here first we have these parking stops on the left and what used to, I presume, be probably some broken down flex posts. And I don't ride here very often. Do you ride here very much, Sanders?
Yeah, every once in a while I pick up some stuff from over there. This Tacos Chiqui is one of my favorite restaurants, is up there, so I come up here every once in a while.
Nice. They go down for another block, you said?
No, so it actually ends here.
It ends here, okay.
Yeah, ends here and then...
Okay, let's, yeah, we can just turn around then.
Okay, yeah, we can turn right here,
yeah. All right, so starting here from the end, that's Broadway, and what's the cross street back there?
That one is East Denny.
I see, yeah, and right next to Capitol Hill Station. You'll note here that the parking stops are a lot more tightly coupled with each other than what we see up ahead. I think it's something to do with loading and the different restaurants and buildings in each section, but we'll see what we find. But here we actually see the improvements as we have right here. I guess the difference is where there's parking, I guess. Because I'm noticing now, it seems like wherever there's like parking on the side is where they're actually wider open. So I think it's actually for loading and for people to get through.
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. And
they did some restriping as well, so you can see the paint is much brighter than the paint along in the other locations.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So what's the craziest photo you ever seen through all of the cars and bike lanes?
Let's see. So every month I try to highlight what's the most ridiculous photo of the month. And so sometimes it's like large trucks loading in the bike lane or like city vehicles being parked in the bike lane. But I think the most ridiculous one that I remember was a car got into the Seward Park like walking trail section, which is blocked off by multiple different like locations. So it was very confusing to even see how they got there in the first place. And I happened to go to a bike board meeting that the Seattle city government runs, just like it's an advisory board, and SDOT brought up, someone from SDOT was there, and I had posted that picture I think that day. And they were at that meeting and they mentioned that they had seen that picture and that people were sharing it around the office in SDOT, so that was really funny. So I've done interviews with Como once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I did an interview with Como about the website, and they had like, you know, the big TV cameras.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to get someone that's on a bike actually recording versus they had to be like static and they just like had me do action shots riding past them.
Yeah.
But having someone on a bike is really cool.
No, on a bike is much more fun.
Yeah. Okay, so you can see...
Yeah, there's some restriping here.
Yeah, so you can see the outlines as well.
And it looks like they're getting ready for some parking stops.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to do parking stops here.
Just look at how the difference here and how it feels. It's so it feels way closer to the cars. but still, you gotta watch out for all the driveways here. But yeah, it looks like there's another improvement that's gonna come in really soon.
Yeah, I didn't know that they were going up here as well. So it looks like they basically were replacing the entire kind of length of.
Yeah,
flexi posts
I'm
that they
curious if we just go explore, we'll find more.
Yeah.
I actually don't. And then also, we're across street of Madison, which is a good talking point because this is going to be the G line next month.
Right. This is opening very soon.
I think that would be interesting to try riding it once on an e-bike because
Yeah.
I don't
With
want to
the
hold up
changes.
any buses, but it might be interesting to check out. Interesting. And here we see, this is what I started looking for. We can see what maybe the old configuration looked like here with some flex posts.
Yeah, so
Here
you can
with
see
just with some striping
this one looks
here
pretty
as
beat
well.
up. There's one that's
These little
missing.
bumps, this flex
There's
post
another
completely
one
gone.
missing. Yeah.
That one's torn off. So that was what it's used to be like.
Yeah.
And you can really just see the difference there.
Yep. And it looks like the bike lane ends up there, so.
So what did you learn about, or what was something fascinating that you learned from doing this this Twitter account?
Talking to people at the city who work at SDOT and just learning more about how they think about not just building infrastructure, but maintaining infrastructure. That's something that maybe people don't think about too much when it comes to bike lane infrastructure, but how they think about doing the artwork and doing the upkeep. And one of the big reasons I think that they wanted to change out these lanes was that upkeep for the posts is higher than they would like it to be because they get destroyed so quickly. So one of the big motivating reasons as well, besides safety, was costs. So there's higher upfront costs because it's concrete, there's more labor involved, but once it's in, it kind of stays in place and it stays for longer. So talking to maintenance people has been very cool to see.
Yeah, and then Sanders also made a video, like a game, like a GeoGuessr game out of his data set once that I played on the channel. I should do it again.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun, but it was really centered around downtown, so that made it like really easy to play.
Right.
But I don't know.
There's a lot of reports that come in from downtown. I think if I think about the game again, I don't play too much actual GeoGuessr, but I know they have different modes to make it a little bit harder. So trying to isolate, trying to like specifically pick different regions of the city for the game would make it a little bit more interesting for players.
So do you go through every entry yourself and verify that it's indeed a car in the bike lane?
Yeah, I review every single upload that has gone to the account.
Does that give you like any negative emotions as you look at all these different reports?
No, not really. I mean, it's just a kind of a fact of biking in the city that you're going to run into these things. I'm just more surprised by the more ridiculous posts of like, there's a forklift in the bike lane, but they're not doing any construction.
If you've been enjoying this video and our conversations, please roll the like button and subscribe, as well as check out Cars and Bike Lanes Seattle and start adding reports to it, because SDOT does look at that data set, and I think it is really useful just to see if things are getting better and where to make changes. So it's really cool, and I really made this video just to highlight what I love about Seattle cycling, and that is the community here. I mean, I am really just some guy with a GoPro that does not know how to video edit or do anything, but here I am still making content. And then I feel the same way about Sanders. It's like he just found found something that he could do to make bikers' lives a little bit better. And we come from like even different backgrounds around cycling. Like I would say at heart, I'm still a road cyclist, someone that rides for fun, but it just became so fun for me that I moved into commuting as well, as where he started with commuting and really from a utility background, and then coming into all these different things. So yeah, we're gonna finish up this ride and make it back to where we started.
I think one thing just to comment on is just how active Broadway is in terms of like people biking and like car traffic. It's a very like active street, so it's really appreciated for us to come in and put these in because there's a lot of people that use this bike lane.
Yeah,
to get around.
for sure. We can see we have like a multiple rows of cyclists right in front of us now using these bike lanes.
So yeah, that's the changes. It's not a whole lot in terms of length. There's these 2 blocks of parking stops, but as Sanders and I discovered that there is sort of more to come. And yeah, let me know what you think. I really always wanted to try out these bike-ish type of interviews or ride with someone. If you can think of someone that might be a special guest that might work really well for this, or any suggestions of places I should take people, just let me know in the comments below and I'll make it happen. But yeah, that's all I had for this one, and I'll see you all in the next video.